If this isn't up, please let me know. Try the 80s guys, 80s and 90s video world. Boom, 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 boom. Last time on Tidy 80s Guys, 80s and 90s Video World. It is the first ever, drum roll please, Huey Lewis and the News Early Summer-TYME, that's TYME Party. But I want to surprise him because he doesn't know this is a Huey Lewis and the News party. Why didn't you tell me it was a Huey Lewis and the News party? What? Alright, now that's enough joking. I get it. You're playing another trick on me. No, I'm not. I don't have any more of my autographed vinyl Huey Lewis and the News records anymore. His name is Luey, and that's spelled almost the same as Huey, except it's L-U-E-Y, and Flewis as in F-L-E-W, because he is a flying harmonica fish. With all that being said, you know, I thought that was really cool that I was able to get this shirt and everything, and you know, it's so great to have everybody here, and like I said, we're gonna have an amazing show planned for you. So there you go. Tidy 80s Guys, great 80s and 90s museum is haunted, but by who or what, I don't know. And I've got to find out what happened to those records. Okay, Luey, you old prankster, turn back on all the lights and please bring me back all the stuff that you took. It wasn't me! I promise! If it wasn't you, then who was it? It wasn't who! It was what? Now, Luey, Flewis, and the Blues, Part 2. Late April Fools! Wait a second. Late April Fools? And what are you? Yes, late April Fools. I just want to play some big tricks on you. And I love Huey Lewis and the News. So I had to come to your party. Well, that's great that you were able to make it, but who are you? Please tell me. Okay, I will tell you everything. Just calm down. Everything is going to be okie dokie. Just let me turn on all the lights. Wow, that's so much better. Thank you for turning on all the lights. And but please tell me more about who you are. Hey, where'd you go? Boo! I'm right here. Wait a second. You're just an old oil lantern? What? No. My name is Dewey McNewy, and I have just given you back your prize for the beach towel dance, because I know you don't want me to say the name of it because it's a big surprise. And I've also given you back all of your Magic Dock fridge items so you can do your Magic Dock segment finally. Oh, and I am the ghost of a flying harmonica fish. Hey, you're a flying harmonica fish? Awesome! Ladies and gentlemen, the film debut of my best friend, Luey Flewis, who I thought had the blues. Well, I'm not feeling great, but I've rarely ever seen flying harmonica fish alive, and I've never, ever seen the ghost of one before, so I had to come over and meet this guy. This is so cool! I mean, wow! So, where are you from? How many kids do you have? You married? You single? You know, what happened to you? Well, how old were you when you died? You know, tell me all this stuff. What's your favorite Huey Lewis in the News song? What's your favorite Huey Lewis in the News album? What's your favorite 80s music? I mean, you got to tell me so much. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control. I think I like it. Oh, yeah. I think I've lost control right now. Woohoo. Yeah. Well, I was 42 years old when I was turned into a harmonica. As for a lot of those other questions, I'm getting a headache right now. A big headache. Or, as Tidy 80s guy says, a great headache. But I will say that I can change my voice around. That's why I wanted to sound scary before, you know, as in, it's not who, it was what. So with that being said, I really don't feel really good, and I'm going to go back into the TV and sleep. Yes, even ghosts have to sleep sometime, especially when other fish really give them a headache. I'm sorry, I can't stay here anymore. Bye. Well, you did it again. I'm sorry. I was just so excited to see him. I mean, I've never ever seen a ghost of a flying harmonica fish before. And he was a big Huey Lewis in the News fan. Woohoo! Oh, it's so awesome. It's so awesome. Oh gosh. I love it. Oh. What am I going to do with you, Luey? What am I going to do with you? But wait a second. Didn't he say that he was 42 years old? That's my age when he was turned into a harmonica. Well, maybe he just said that to pick on you because you were getting on his nerves. Well, I wasn't trying to. I was just so excited to see him. Well, you know, maybe he'll come back really soon. I really hope so. Will you please talk to him and just tell him, you know, I'm ADHD. I'm attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Blah! Sometimes I can't talk right. But man, you know, I'm so excited, you know. But you know, oh, what? My heroes and the news records. I can't take this anymore. I'm going back to what I do. Wow, that happiness didn't last long. I was kind of afraid of that. Well, I thought the ghost cheered him up enough where he might be able to get over it, but nope, he went back and laid down. So I don't know when we're going to see him again in this episode, so I'm just going to let him sleep. Everybody, adults, kids, everybody here, just let him sleep. Maybe he'll be able to sleep this off or something. I really hope so. So, with that being said, let's move on to talking about something else. Wow, I just can't get over how upset he is. He is really taking this even harder than I thought he would. So, wait, I hear something. He's talking in his sleep. Wait, let's listen to what he's saying here. That big blue whale, the stranger, he comes along. He swallows my entire Huey Lewis and the News vinyl autographed record collection just because he can't stand the band. Wow. So the truth finally comes out. The catfish is out of the bag. I've got to try to stay lighthearted with this, so I got to cheer myself up. Wow. So a big blue whale just comes along and swallows all of his records. That's how he lost his huge autographed vinyl Huey Lewis and the News collection. That's it. I finally know. Wow. Well, we'll have to figure out something to help him later on. Something. But the show must go on. I think he's going to be okay, but it's going to take some time. TYME. So, with all that being said, I'm glad, really glad, that Dewey McNewy gave me back the prize for the beach towel dance, and number 2, the Magic Dock fridge items. So you're going to get that segment today, later on. So, but first, well, I had to be very secretive, top secret, about that prize, because it is going to be included in the redone contest, and you will find out all about that right now. It's the great 80s and 90s contest! Now it's finally time, TYME, for the long-awaited, highly anticipated, new and improved, great 80s or 90s contest! Yeah! As you remember, when I tried to do a contest in episode 1, it did not go well at all. Not a single person entered the contest. So I had to look at the reasons why. Number 1, I was asking too much of people. To ask them to do 5 well-written sentences. And number 2, a lot of people didn't really care for level 42, it seems. You know, the level 42 level best CD. And with that being said, I decided to not only change the contest rules along with the original level 42 level best CD, I am including a second prize, which is the third thing. I have been keeping it secret for a long time, but now it is time to finally reveal what it is. Huey Lewis and the News greatest hits still sit in the case brand new. Yeah. And yes, that little bit before the reveal was Heart and Soul by Huey Lewis and the News, or HLN as I like to call them for short. And was the cowbell in the song. Yeah, that's me, you know, drumming on the table. And there's a couple little objects on there too that kind of, you know, make the sound a little bit bigger. You know, listen. Can you hear that? Anyway, let's continue on. Oh, you want to know some of the songs that are on this greatest hits album? Well, here you go. We have The Heart of Rock and Roll from Sports. We have The Power of Love and Back in Time from Back to the Future, which means if you don't know who Huey Lewis and the News is, go back and watch Back to the Future. You hear those two songs? There you go. Huey Lewis and the News. And the talent judge who tells Marty that he is too loud is Huey Lewis himself. So there you go. We also have Stuck With You, Jacob's Ladder, and Perfect World, It's Alright, Small World, But It's Alright, Hip to Be Square, Couple Days Off, Working for a Living, and my all-time favorite Huey Lewis and the News song, and my favorite song of all time, If This Is It, Ooh, Please Let Me Know. Yep, If This Is It. So, we have all those songs and more. There are 21 songs on here. The only song on here that's missing, sadly, is It Hit Me Like a Hammer from Hard at Play. So, there you go. There is a nice big sample of what you're going to be getting here. As you see on the cover, here's the band, you know, on the tour bus. I know this camera is not the greatest in the world because it's a cheap one. Huey there, and Bill Gibson, and of course there's Mario Cipollina, as Huey calls the bad boy on the bass, who isn't with the band right now. And in the back there's Sean Hopper and Chris Hayes, and kind of blurry, but you know, you can look up the guys and see for yourself who they are. And on the back there's some pictures of the band's albums there. Looks like a button from the Sports Tour in '84. And there's pictures of the single for Hip to Be Square, the original album, the first one, and different singles and albums there. You got the songs over here on the other side. I'm sorry guys, I'm telling you, this mirror image is really tricky with this camera and not know where my finger's going to go. But anyway, you have all that, so you'll be getting all that on this one CD, 21 songs. And I'm telling you, Huey Lewis and the News is one of the greatest bands of all time, and they deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. With that being said, you're also going to be getting level 42 greatest hits, as I've talked about before. Has 18 songs on it. The case is not perfect, as I said before. plastic is starting to come off a little bit, you know, the plastic wrap, and there's some scratches and cracks in the case, so if you are a big collector, then you'll need to get a new case for it. Now I'm going to tell you how you can enter and win both of these! Yee! To enter to win these, it's really simple. All you have to do is look at the hashtag displayed to the right of my face and go on Twitter, which means you have to have a Twitter account, and enter in hashtag TUPER 80s 90s. Then with that hashtag, give me a sentence of 7 to 10 words on what you enjoyed about this show. I mean, that's what you enjoy about any of the episodes, but just give me one sentence of 7 to 10 words, and that's all I'm asking for. I will read all the sentences, and the most creative one will win. So as the winner of the contest, you won't just receive Huey Lewis and the News Greatest Hits and Level 42 Level Best CDs, you will also get a part in the next episode. Not just a simple congratulations, but something bigger than that. And that is all I'm going to say, because it is going to be a great surprise. We're already over 12 minutes now, and I cannot talk about the things I want to talk about, all the things, you know, because I've got plenty of other segments to do, and I have to be able to discuss it all with passion and great detail. So I'm going to have to do what I really didn't want to do, and that is make this a super tuper sized episode. And I'm not really fond of those right now. It's too early into the series to do this, but I have to. There is a lot of content on top of the story that I'm trying to tell. And I just have to do it this time. But for those people that don't want to have to sit through this whole thing, well, this is going to be the last one for a while. Because with the next episode and then on, I am going to start having shorter episodes, you know, telling my story and everything that I need to say within 30 minutes. I don't even want to have a long, lengthy story. You know, this just makes things too complicated, and it takes way too long to make the episode, and it puts me behind. Actually, I am behind on this episode by about a day or so. So, with all that being said, enjoy this, because this is the last super tuper sized episode that you're getting for a while. Now something greatly special is about to get a makeover, and I really think you're going to like it. Magic Duck! Magic Duck! Great Scott! It's a Magic Duck! Magic Duck Tie Talk! So what do you think of the Magic Duck Fridge segment finally getting its own theme song and own unique logo? Yes, it would be a futuristic logo that Doc Brown should be very proud of. You know him with his time machine and all his inventions. He sees that logo, he's going to be really happy with it. You know, I was originally not going to call the series Magic Duck Tie Talk. Well, I wanted to originally, but that was before I'd come up with the idea for Tiny Tie Talk. So I don't want the two to get confused. But Tie Talk rhymes with Magic Duck, so I went with it. So that means that from now on, in every episode, we are going to have a Magic Duck Tie Talk segment. So I hope that you will enjoy every one that I do. So, with all that being said, let's move on with the segment. I'm greatly happy that Dewey McNewy gave me back the Magic Dock items. So now we can finally do this Magic Dock Fridge segment. Yay! And to make up for not having the segment in the last episode, instead of 3 items, I have 4. Count that, 4. So I really hope that you'll enjoy that. And before I continue on, Luey is just still so depressed over those records. I mean, imagine, a big blue whale, some stranger comes along and swallows your entire record collection because he cannot stand Huey Lewis and the News. So, that's just really, really cruel. But I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do about that situation. Anyway, let's start talking, or talking, about these foods, drinks, snacks, or whatever I decide to talk about from the Magic Dock Fridge. As you know, for Night's Magic Dock Talk segment, we've got 4 items to discuss. And it's not just because that crazy ghost pranked me in episode 3. So we had to delay the Talk segment, the Magic Dock Talk segment. It's also because of Mario's extreme pizza addiction in episode 2. Remember, instead of doing 3 items, we could only do 2. We had to cut it short. So, with all that being said, let's start talking about these Magic Dock items. The first 2 Magic Dock items are dedicated to my late great mom, Penny Ann Nix. This first one is from 1995, and it is a box of Peeps Marshmallow Chicks, the classic yellow kind. And as so many of you know, Peeps are from Easter. But nowadays, they sell them throughout the year, but it's not Peeps, the chicks. It's like watermelons or Christmas trees, or I think pumpkins and ghosts, It's not just at Easter, it's all year long, which is pretty cool, but the same way they're not as special as they used to be. Why are these so special to me? Because when I was a kid, I used to inhale 1 box at a time, and Mom was buying them for me. I think pretty much every year in the early 90s or late 80s, I would always get a few boxes of Peeps from her. And I'm thinking probably around 1995, Mom started getting really creative with Easter. She would take a milk carton and she would cut a big, wash it out really good so it wouldn't smell or anything. And then she would cut a hole where in the front of it, and then she would put like the plastic classic Easter grass, the kind that smells like plastic, That's a smell you never forget. Jelly beans and Reese's peanut butter eggs in there, and Peeps. Those were the 3 items right there that she put in there. And I'll never forget, I loved Peeps when I was a kid so much. That texture of that sugar, and the little, I think it's like a little chocolate drop on each side for the eye, and just the little point where the nose is. They're beautiful little, but it's simple beauty, in sugary candy form. And I'm glad they haven't changed the design. If you've never given your kids Peeps, or even the adults if you've never had Peeps, try them. I don't like them as much as I do or did then. You know, I just don't have quite a taste for them as I did. And you know, they've got different colors too. They've got aqua blue. They've got pink. You know, like I said, they've got you know, the green for the Christmas tree, and I think they got white for ghosts. And of course, they've got bunnies now. I think they had those back then too in the mid-90s as well. But anyway, I'm going way too long on this memory, but that's why Peeps are really important to me. My second Magic Dock item is also from 1995, and it is also dedicated to my mom, as I said before. And it is a Reese's Peanut Butter Egg! I mean, anybody who knows about Easter and Easter traditions knows just how important Reese's Peanut Butter Eggs are. And if you do not, then you need to go and buy some next Easter. And Mom would put those in my, you know, the Easter basket, you know. But I didn't say what, I don't think I said before what she did with it. She would take cotton balls and glue them all over, and I think she put googly eyes, you know, the little the little plastic eyes with the little black part, you know, shakes when you move it. And I think that she did paper bunny ears, and she'd put cotton on them too. And of course you had the handle on the back that you could pick it up with. And she would give me these in there, and if it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't have known what Reese's Peanut Butter Eggs were. Because I believe when she gave them to me that one Easter, whatever the year that was, I will never forget how good they are. I mean, my first taste of something like this, I believe it came first, was Reese's Peanut Butter Trees. And, you know, I knew that these were going to be good too, and I got hooked. And I love Reese's eggs and trees and stuff, you know, probably even more now than I did back then. So there's no really need to go into a big lengthy explanation with this one, but know that that was just one of the really special things that Mama would put in my Easter basket. The third item is also dedicated to my mom, and this is from 1996. It is Papa John's Special Garlic Sauce. And if you eat at Papa John's, you have got to have their garlic sauce. Of course, you got to have that A&W root beer with it too, or cherry soda if you want to have that too. The classic cherry soda with the shaved ice. The kind you got to go to the Magic Dock fridge to go back to that 80s, and you just get it to come back to the present. So, talking about this and why it's important, you know, when I heard the Papa John's commercials on the radio, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was just like frozen pizza you got at the grocery store. But one day Mom said, well, let's try Papa John's. And it turns out it was a restaurant. And we ate it, and I think this was before 1996, but you know, this particular memory stands out. It's probably, I guess, probably a few months before this particular memory. But we had gone. I went to Mom. You know, we go to Lenore because that was like the closest place to go. Because Mom lived in Hudson, little town of Hudson, and we didn't have Papa John's then. So we went up there, and of course, you know, when you go to Papa John's, you can't sit down and eat. You have to go pick it up and take it home. And then you can eat it wherever you want to. And we got the pizza, and it was TGIF, Friday night, you know. Thank goodness it's funny. You know, that classic programming block on ABC. And I wanted to get home in time for Family Matters because it was the 8th season premiere. And it was going to be a Paris adventure. And I think we got home just a little bit after it started at 8. Didn't really matter because, well, I think I might be harped and fussed at my mom a little bit because we were late, you know. You talk with disrespect to your parents when you're young, and you really shouldn't, but I made that mistake. And kids, don't do that. It's not nice. And if you do, make sure you apologize to your parents, you know, and tell them how sorry you are for doing it. And, you know, got home, you know, pour that Papa John's garlic sauce on our pizza, and I sat there and watched it. It's not my favorite Family Matters episode in the world. Then I like it better now, you know. Urkel with his, or Steve Urkel with his Urk-Pad teleporter, which enabled the whole Winslow family to go to Paris. You know, Stefan, he had been cloned at that time, so he was a model in Paris, and those criminals were trying to take Steve's Urk-Pad and stuff like that. And it's a classic Family Matters episode. It's just not nearly as good. And the funny thing was, it was a 1 hour episode, and I thought, oh, they're going to resolve the whole story in 1 hour. And no, it was to be continued. And the next week was the part 2, which is the conclusion. But nowadays, if you see it on TV in reruns, that you're going to get all, you can get it all in 3 parts of 30 minutes. So, I mean, this day I love Papa John's pizza, and garlic sauce is why. And I will pour it all over my pizza. So there's that memory for you there. And last but not least is the can of pepper. And why is this important, and why did I not tell you the year? The year is 1987. Okay, we're not going to go in real in-depth about this because I am going to have a very special Burger Time! That's Burger Time, the arcade segment. Excuse me, not just a segment, but a whole episode dedicated to it. So, why is this important, and why am I not going into great detail about it? And this is also dedicated to my mom because she worked at Redwood Park Pool. And in the late 80s, like 1 or 2 summers, you know, Mama was the manager there, one of the managers there. And it was, you know, they had a Burger Time machine in there. And it was a beautiful machine. One of the best looking arcade machines ever. One of the best games ever. And, you know, with that bright, you know, kind of mustard yellow color, and the classic Peter Pepper design of the chef. This is the Bally Midway cabinet, mind you. 1982, the year I was born, this game came out. And it is a true classic. And why Pepper? Because, you know, Chef Peter Pepper, he's who you play as, and you shake the pepper in the bad guys' faces as you run up and down the ladders and across the burger parts, and you try to stun them on the burger parts so you can walk on the parts, and the enemies will fall with the burger. And the more they're on there, you know, the burger parts, they'll fall and go further down there, and you can build your burgers faster. And the whole deal is to walk across all the burger parts so all the pieces fall in a row down on the bottom on the plates, and then you clear the level. And you know, I mean, I'm not going to go into great detail about this, but I'm going to say, if you've never ever played Burger Time before, you owe it to yourself to play it. If you ever see it out there, I mean, you're not going to find it in the Data East cabinet. They're the company that made it. You're going to find it in the Bally Midway cabinet, and it's such a better looking cabinet. And if you don't know what cabinet means, that is the housing of the arcade unit, you know, the video game. And there you go. That is a 1987 memory. Oh, and Redwood Park Pool is going to be talked about a lot more in memories, because I have a lot of memories attached to it. So there's Burger Time, and you're going to be getting a very special episode in the future. in the very near future. So that'll be something to look forward to. And that is all of the very first real segment of Magic Dot Tie Talk. So we will do that again in the next episode. Wow, that was a really long segment. A lot longer than I thought it would be. But anyway, I mentioned a little earlier about the Mario pizza addiction thing. Blah, 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 Mario pizza addiction thing. And I wanted to give you an update on him. He's doing great, and he is no longer addicted to pizza since that, the Mushroom Kingdom change back pill that Doc Brown had invented and I gave him. Well, I tricked him into taking it, and it cured him. After he changed back to regular Mario, after 3 hours of being Cat Mario, boom! No more pizza addiction. And as for the drug that was in that pizza, the Giovanni's pizza, that was actually called Eatzelene. Eatzalene. And that causes whoever takes the drug that is in the food to be addicted to that food. So the guy who did that, that major criminal, Brian Hamilton, he is actually, believe it or not, is doing amazing now. He said after watching episode 2, came to realize just how just pointless it was to do these drugs. So he gave them up. He quit cold turkey. He quit that day when he watched that episode. It was the very first day that episode aired, and he just quit. And I thought that was amazing. So he is actually going to be appearing in a future episode of the show, Tidy 80s Guys, 80s and 90s Video World, to inspire others who need help. So he will be talking about the dangers of drug abuse and his experiences with it. And that will be in a future episode. So, that being said, poor Luey. He's still asleep on the couch. Uh-oh. Wait a second. I thought I heard him talking in his sleep. Dewey McNewy. Oh, he sounded so much like Tidy 80s guy when he talks. Oh, it's amazing how much he sounded like him. He's right. He really does sound like me, just in a whispery tone. Yep. So, anyway, we're going to be moving on right along to the biggest and longest segment of this episode, and it is extra special great. So, here it goes. It's the tie tune of the day. It's gonna make you say hooray. You won't wanna go away, 'cause it's the tie tune of the day. Tie Day's tie tune. Da, 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 da. First off, I saved this segment to be filmed last because I plan to talk more about this part than anything in this episode. I'm tired. I've been filming off and on for several days. but I lost some motivation here and there, and it slowed me down. And I also had lost the episode, and I had to piece it back together again by going into my camera roll and finding all the clips. And I finally got it back where it should be, and then I just kept on working and working on it and finding different ways of doing things, and it was just a very large project, and this is the last super tuper sized episode for a while. So with all that being said, we have got to move on with this segment. This is a very special Ty tune. This is my favorite song of all time, TYME. You know what I'm going to say. Huey Lewis and the News, if this is it. Oh, there is no other song that I've ever heard in my life that can top this. None. There's plenty of awesome songs out there, but none of them have enough magic to dethrone this one. So why is it so special to me? Well, it was not a song that I heard when I was a little kid. I mean, I'm sure I did, but I don't remember. But when I hear it, it's like Dan Hartman's I Can Dream About You. It reminds me of summer. When you hear it, you think of being at the pool, with friends and family, or your girlfriend. You think of all that stuff. Or other people, since the music video takes place at the beach in California, I think Santa Cruz Boardwalk, I think. And a lot of people are going to think about the beach. It all depends on who you are. I mean, I didn't go to the beach tons of times when I was a kid. And even when I was a kid, I didn't hear that song then. I grew up, spending a lot of time at Redwood Park Pool. We weren't sitting at home playing video games and stuff like that during the day. We were usually at the pool in the summertime. That's what we did. And when I got older, I got more into staying in the house playing video games and stuff like that, and just watching TV and cartoons, Disney Afternoon, But this song reminds me of going to the pool. It's another song that reminds me of the evening and sunset. It just has that peaceful, smooth feeling, like Dan Hartman's I Can Dream About You. It really, really captures those feelings. And the song is amazing. It has the guitars. It has the drums at the beginning. And then, the powerful guitars. Huey's vocals, he's just kind of, he's pleading to this girl that he loves, and he's trying to figure out, is this over? If this ain't love, just let me know. If you're tired of this, if you're done, then let's just end it, And that video. The video is such a classic. It is my favorite music video that I've ever seen. And I haven't seen a ton of music videos, but this video just drips with comedy and just, for the adults, there's plenty of beautiful women on the beach with their golden tans and their brightly colored bikinis or one-piece suits. And, kids, when you get older, you'll understand that and why that's a great part of the video. And there's just so much comedy, like I said. You have Mario Cipollina, the bad boy in the bass, with his leather jacket with this other girl with leather on, and they're sitting there on the beach with a big old snake wrapped around them. And then you have like a sand shark fin coming out of the sand, toward the tourist towards the end of the video, and Huey is, he argues with his girlfriend. It's like, Is this over? Do we keep on going on like this? And she walks away, and eventually, he finds another girl, and there's just funny things on. There's a fortune teller. There's Huey, finding, the toy and then throwing it in the garbage. Sorry if I spoiled the video there. But you need to watch it. The man at the game booth when Huey is throwing the balls and trying to knock the teeth out of the clown. The guy there, he's funny. He looks like Ugg, Kevin Lee from Salute Your Shorts. Kirk Bailey plays him back in early 90s Nickelodeon. And it's just, it's a very funny video, and all sorts of things go on in it. And it's just, you just have to see it. I don't want to spoil all of it. I think I've spoiled quite a bit of it. And sorry about that, but I had to have something to talk about in this segment. So, but what else makes the song so magical? Well, when I heard it, Mom and I were driving from, we were driving to, I think it was Georgia, and to go get her dog Fizz. Mom had Russian wolfhounds, also known as Borzoi. And Fizz had been abused by men, and she was very nervous, kind of a dog and stuff. Unfortunately, though, after we got her several years later, she passed away. She had seizures really bad, and she's up there with my mom in heaven. So Mom's up in heaven with all her animals, her cats and her Borzois as well. And but as we're driving up there, there's a station called the Max. I couldn't even remember. I think it was called the Max, and I couldn't even remember what was I. It was actually, we were driving up there, I believe, and I heard this song, and I'm like, wow, what is this? I mean, this song is so cool. I think Mom told me it was Huey Lewis and the News. I heard the DJ on the radio say it, and I'm like, wow, that's so cool. And I hadn't even seen the video or knew anything about the beach, but when I heard it, it reminded me of the beach in summertime. And it wasn't too much longer after that we got home, and maybe a couple weeks after that, or a month or so, and I heard about that Behind the Music special of Huey Lewis and the News. And, at the time I already liked them. Oh yeah. And I gotta say this, I'm dedicating this memory and very special thanks to Mr. Bill Davenport, my teacher, one of my math teachers, special ed math teacher at South Caldwell. He introduced me to Huey Lewis and the News and really, made me fall in love with 80s music. He made me a copy of 4, F-O-R-E, exclamation point. Like fork, golf. Because Huey and the band, they enjoy golfing. And it is just such a, a very good album. And to me, it's better than Sports. I mean, I just like the songs on it better. And they even tried to do a more sort of a sequel, even with the video, for Stuck With You. Sequel to If This Is It. And I'm telling you, the song, it's a powerful song, but it just is nowhere near as good as If This Is It. I mean, that song, so much summertime in it. You can feel the hot sun on you when you listen to it. I mean, you can look outside and see a beautiful woman in a bikini laying there, sunning, just like in the music video, with sunglasses on, or the polka dot or striped bikini, just looking amazing with that golden tan, like I said, and that long flowing blonde hair, and and just maybe a bottle of suntan lotion right there, or maybe she's laying on a beach towel. You can go outside and picture this beautiful woman on the beach. I'm telling you, kids, this is not going to appeal to you, but adults understand this stuff. And, when you hear this song, and I'm telling you, I mean, this, when I got the 4 tape, you know, of course we're talking about 4 right now, I would walk down the street and sing, you know, this is around my mama's neighborhood, I would sing the songs on there, or even on my mama's bus, you know, because I was still in school when he gave me 4, and Mama drove special ed bus, and let's sing the songs on 4, and then the kids eventually tell me to be quiet, and then Mom would say I was being too loud and told me to calm down and everything, and, you know, Huey Lewis on the news, you know, it was a great start, and then I got into sports and seeing that Behind the Music special, you know, and just seeing the scene with the first time ever I saw that music video. It was 2001, I believe, and it's just, you know, I saw the band members' heads sticking out of the sand, and, you know, Huey going, "If this is it, ooh, please let me know," you know, and he's just fist up in the air, declaring, you know, he wants to know what's going on. So, I mean, a beautiful music video, an amazing song. Let's see, what else does it remind me of? Oh yeah, and I eventually got The Heart of Rock and Roll, the best of Huey Lewis on the News. Was the first CD I ever got that summer of 2001. And I listened to it eventually till it got scratches in it. It had to be surgically repaired at the Fox Video, which I don't think is even there anymore in Lenore. And, you know, I would walk down the streets, and I'd see the sun shining on me. It would be in the afternoon, and, you know, that song would be playing, and it would make you feel like you're in California or you're on the beach. And it's just an amazing feeling when you listen to this song. It just, I hope one day I'll be sitting next to a beautiful woman, and, you know, I'll be taking her hand and be looking straight in her eyes, and that song will be playing. It'll be magic. And one day we'll be sitting on the beach listening to it. And I finally got my wish to hear that song at the beach. It was, I think it's 2006 when we went, and I was down. I had no girlfriend, and, you know, at the time. And, you know, I was going to finally listen to this song, and I had one of those Sony Discmans, you know, those things that don't get bought anymore because of iPods and everything. And, you know, I listened to that song on the beach. I listened to that and Stuck With You. Those were the 2 songs I wanted to hear on the beach, and I did. You know, people probably thought I was nuts. You know, everybody else had iPods and stuff, and here I was, had a Discman. And, you know, kind of made me feel like Huey Lewis in those videos, you know, walking on the beach and, you know, having that song playing, you know. Luckily no sand shark got me or anything like that. But wow, this has gone really long. I think of whatever else this song reminds me of. It's about just summertime, you know, with family and friends and having a great time. And, you know, I'm repeating myself, but the evening and sunset and just, it's just classic music. And Huey Lewis is a hero. He is an everyman guy, you know. He doesn't have big muscles, and he has 0 tattoos, and the man is in his 60s now, and he has 0 tattoos. And, you know, clean living. He doesn't do drugs, and he's not, you know, an alcoholic and stuff like that. He is a clean-cut guy, and, you know, aside from Mario Cipollina, who would have a cigarette in his mouth during some of the music videos and stuff, you know, that was just his gimmick. You know, he was the bad boy gimmick. But, you know, Huey Lewis and others, you know, they're very clean-cut and, you know, professionally dressed musicians with their suits and their ties and everything. But, you know, they're just, you know, they're fun-loving guys, and they love sports, of course. You know, that's where you got the name of that album. And, you know, they have so much fun, but they look professional at the same time. And that's what you get when you watch the video for If This Is It. It is just an amazing song, you know. And I really, you know, you've got to go and listen to the song. You have to. That should be the very first song you listen to as a new Huey Lewis and the News fan. Listen to If This Is It as number one. I mean, and you may not like the song, but please, please go and listen to it at least once. In fact, underneath the video here, in the description, I am putting a link to this music video so you can go and watch it. This music video is a must-see, and the song is a must-listen. Read my lips, in the words of George Bush. Listen to If This Is It by Huey Lewis and the News. It is an absolutely great song. With all that being said, go listen to the song. And I'm seriously going to have to edit this section because it's way too long. But the song has such a special place in my heart. I mean, even more so than Dan Hartman's I Can Dream About You. You know, if I would have heard it when I was a kid, I think I probably would have fallen in love with it too. It is just an awesome song. And Huey Lewis and the News, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for If This Is It. Thank you so much for your music too. Thank you for being great role models. I mean, you guys are awesome. One of the greatest bands of all time. And If This Is It is one of the greatest songs of all time. So, I'm going to end this segment on that, and let's move on. Woo! If This Is It, yes! Haha! If this is it, please let me know. If this is love, you better let me go. Do some breakdancing there for you. I am much happier now. I am so much happier. Whoa, what in the world got into you? Well, I guess I'm just feeling better after sleeping a lot. Well, I know that you were talking in your sleep. I mean, you talked in your sleep twice. Oh, and what did I say? Well, you talked about how Dewey McNewy sounded a lot like me when he talked. Yeah, he definitely did sound like you. He really did. Do you need to take your medicine? I tell you what you do need, because you've been out of water for too long. And you need to get back in your water bowl. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm just amazed that you're feeling so much better. You were so down before. I was hoping it would work, but I didn't think it would work this fast. Well, I mean, I just feel a lot better. You know? Well, what made you feel so better? I guess I just needed some rest. You know, it's just records. You know, they can be replaced. I mean, I can just go on eBay. You know, fish, you know, go swimming in eBay. Oh boy, you are crazy. One crazy fish. You got that right. And you know, you talked in your sleep also about what happened to the records. Yeah, that big blue whale, he just came along and just swallowed them all. He just couldn't stand Huey Lewis and the News. And they're amazing! Woohoo! I mean, they really are. I'm telling you. Oh, man. Oh, man. Woohoo! Boop, 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 boop. What is that noise? Boop, 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 boop. That is my video phone. Your video phone? Well, you might want to answer it. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. I'm coming. I'm coming. Hello? Oh, I can't believe it! I can't believe it! You are. I know. I'm Huey Lewis. Oh, you are. Oh, it's true. Yeah, it's true. So, how you doing, Luey? I'm doing fantastic. What are you here for? Well, I'm here to give you some awesome news. You are? Yeah. See, come on out, guys. Oh! Huey Lewis and the News! Yeah. Yep, we got the whole band here. We're so sorry to hear what happened to your records. Oh, yeah, me too. It was terrible. Big blue whale, such a bad guy. Don't cry, because I'm doing something so awesome for you. You're gonna love it. What are you gonna do, Huey? What are you gonna do? Well, all of us are gathering up all the old vinyl records from the 80s. I mean, we've got first run copies of all of them. You're going to get Picture This, For Small World, all of them. Every single one of our albums from the 80s and the 90s to the 2000s. We're going to make sure they're all hand autographed by every member of the band. I can't believe it! Oh! I'm so happy! Well, I'm glad you're so happy. I can tell Ty the 80s guy is speechless. He hasn't said anything since I came on screen. Oh! But I'm so excited! Well, time to get more excited. So, if you don't mind, go and sit down in your seat or sit down here near the video phone, and I am going to, we are going to do a special mini concert especially for you. Oh, I can't wait! Okay. Alright. Well, I gotta start now. I mean, we gotta go do a show here in about another 30 minutes, so this can't be really long, but I'm doing this especially for you. Okay, I'll behave, I'll be quiet. Okay. Alright. Okay, everybody. This is the one, the only, Huey Lewis, and this behind me here is the News, and we're here to bring some I'm not great at that like Ty the 80s guy. Come on, Ty, snap out of it. It's not that big of a deal. You know who we are. I mean, you've seen us in concert. We're just regular guys, So, well, I'm really glad I could be here, and I really wanted to make everybody happy, and I wanted Luey to know that it's alright. Boop, bamba, bamba, whoop. You say it's alright. Boop, bamba, bamba, whoop. It's alright. have a good time, 'cause it's alright, oh, it's alright. Everybody clap your hands, bomba bomba hoop. If you sell the chains, bomba bomba hoop. And you got soul, everybody knows that it's alright, oh, it's alright. Bum bum. When you wake up early in the morning, feeling sad like so many of us do, hum a little soul and make life your go, and something's gotta come to you. Ooh, and Luey's gotta say that it's alright. It's alright, because this party's gonna be alright now. So no, I'm not gonna sing any of Free, alright now song. No, this is Huey Lewis and the News, and we're gonna do our own thing tonight. So here's another one. This morning, she should come a-calling. I wouldn't dream of telling her away. Cause she's hearted so, she's hearted so, she's hot and cold, cause she's hot and sold, she's hot and cold, she's hot and sold. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So glad to be here tonight with y'all. This is going to be awesome. And we're not quite done yet. So, here it goes. We had some fun. Yes, we had ups and downs. Been down that rocky road, but here we are still around. We thought about giving up. We could never stay away. We thought about breaking up. Now we know it's much too late. We are bound by all the rest, like the same phone number, or the same friends, and the same address. Yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. I am happy to be stuck with you. Alright. Well, we really had fun singing this. All these songs. But we got, to go. I'm sorry. Encore! Okay. Alright, do we have any requests out there? Any requests? How about you, Mr. Speechless? Mr. Speechless Tidy 80s guy. I got this one just for you. Okay? So here it goes. I've been phoning night and morning. I heard you say, tell him I'm not home. Girl, don't lie, just to save my feelings. Girl, don't cry and tell me nothing's wrong. I'll be alright, one way or another. So let me go, make me wanna stay. This is it, ooh. Please let me know if this ain't a love. You better let me go if this is it, ooh. I wanna know if this ain't a love. You better just say so. If this is it, ooh, please let me know. I wanna Oh man, I really hope that you enjoyed the concert. Huey, 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 woo! Go Huey, go Huey, woo! Yeah, that's the reception that I love to hear. All these years of doing this, and that never gets old. We love it. The more, the better. And actually, you know how we close out our shows. We got to do this last little one for you here. All right. Boss boy, bartender, ladies of the night, grease monkey, ex-junkie, winner of the fight. Walking on the streets is really all the same. Selling souls, rock and roll any other day. Working for a living, working for a living, working. Taking what they're giving, living and working. I'm taking what they're giving, cause I'm working and I'm living. I'm taking what they're giving, cause I'm working for a living. Working for a living. Alright everybody, we gotta go. I will ship those records to you really soon, Luey. I know your address and everything. The one who made this possible was Doc Brown. He's been watching, well, from his spy camera every now and then, and he's been knowing what's going on here. So I knew I could help out Luey. But anyway, I'm glad I could help. I'm glad y'all had a great time, and I will see you sometime soon. I gotta come to one of your parties for sure, man. You got awesome party going on here. I mean, all Huey Lewis and the new stuff. He was telling me about the beach towel dance, the cakes, the pizzas. So anyway, I hope that you're not too mad about that tidy 80s guy, but he knew there was some trouble going on, so he just wanted to look on, see how the party was going, and he did, and it finds out that Luey was having such a hard time, so he contacted me. You know how I still can't get it. How was great friends. I will come to one of your parties soon, I promise, but we have got to go do a show. We've got a show in San Francisco here in 30 minutes, so we all got to go. Alright, bye. Wow, I cannot believe that Huey Lewis and the News, well, sort of came to my party, even by video phone. I mean, wow, that is just awesome. Oh, yes, I love Huey Lewis and the News. They are amazing. Oh, they even did my favorite song. If this is it, please let me know. boy. Oh, sorry, my nose is itching again. Yes, that was my favorite song too. I love it. Love it when he does that song. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Awesome! Oh. Well, what about Doc Brown and that spy camera? Well, you know, I really trust Doc. I really do. He's never done anything to make me think otherwise. So I'm glad that he was here to investigate what was going on, so he could call Huey and get the problem with your record solved. And he even got everybody this awesome concert. And this has been a wild night for me. I look like I've had more energy than I have as late, but man, I am exhausted. Oh, come on! It's party time! Don't you want some Giovanni's pizza? You know you want some Giovanni's pizza? Yeah, and some Reese's cups, and lots of A&W root beer! You have got to have your medicine, your ADHD medicine, and you really need to go hop in that bowl. You know, let me feel your skin. Man, you're getting really dry up on top of on your back there. I know, but we're not done yet. Why is that? Well, I have a very special person here in a few seconds who's going to say the goodbyes, if that's okay with you. Yeah, I'm actually going to go get me some pizza and everything, you know, but, well, he's very special. And I thought it would be really cool to finish it out with him, if that's okay with you. Yeah, that would be fantastic. So let me go get some pizza or something to go wake up. You know, everybody, since somebody else is going to say it, I just want to say, have an awesome night, and I will definitely see you next week. And guess what? No preview this time. It is going to be a surprise. So I might mention a little something on Twitter, so you might want to check that out. That is the @ then TYNN80s, you know, as it says on screen there. So look me up on Twitter and follow me, and you will be getting some previews on there. Well, don't spill all the beans now. You crazy fish. Alright, go say your goodbyes. Alright. Bye, everybody. Yeah, I'm back again. So, have I'm not even going to try it. A great night or day, depending on where you are. And take it, my man, Luey. And be fantastically chipperific. Yee! Bye, everybody.